I'm talking to my dog. Go lay down someplace.
Anthony, you're good to
Yes.
start the meeting,
Good to start.
Okay,
Okay.
I can start now.
please.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag, please. I
I
pledge
pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the
one
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call
Anthony DeTalia,
here.
Anne Marie Fulham,
Here.
Edmund B. Moore,
Here.
Mark Schiffert.
Here,
Okay, reading of the minutes. With your pleasure.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second it. I'll second
Second
it.
by Mark. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. All opposed? So move. Okay. I see we got. Oh, new complaint,
Right.
Hampton Cedar. You sent a letter.
It just has to be assigned.
Okay. Where is this complaint?
I think it's out by, I think it's out in Sagaponic.
Where?
Or
Oh, the
Hampton.
one on Sagaponic,
Yeah.
since it had, I thought it had my name on it, so I started it a little bit.
Oh, okay. So what's the story with it?
Yeah, it seems to be a valid complaint against a contractor for having done design and installed siding improperly, roofing improperly. So, I'll take a look at it and then I'll report next meeting.
You report next month?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the second one we have is, that's Suffolk County, right? Maylene?
It was forwarded from Suffolk County. They did have a license with us. It has expired. The work was performed during the period of the license. So while they had a current license with us, they did the work. Their license has since then lapsed.
He's not licensed with us right now.
He's not right now, but the work was done during the period when his license was active with us.
If I can make a suggestion, as the board currently doesn't have jurisdiction as a result of the license having expired. I spoke to Ryan Murphy this morning, and if we can refer this over to his department, and we'll speak to him, and I'll loop in Maylin so we can figure out how to do this automatically in the future. But if a company has an expired license, but they have a pending complaint, Brian will issue a cease and desist letter out of code enforcement, letting them know that, and that they should not engage in any work within the town of Southampton until such time as they receive a license. Then he will hold on to that. And if they are caught doing work without that license, he'll automatically issue the violation.
Okay, but shouldn't we look into the complaint and then if we find fault? I understand what you're saying. That's fine with me. That's fine to do that. But I'm just wondering, should we look into the complaint, being it was during when he was licensed, and put it on his record? If we
Can't
find
really do anything.
fault?
He has no license,
You're not
right?
gonna- I would just suggest that even if you look into it, you're not going to hear his side of the story because we don't have any jurisdiction over him. He's not here. So it would kind of be a one-sided look at with nothing at the end of it because you can't do anything. So I would just note the complaint, and then if we can get him before us, if he attempts to, it might not be in business anymore. In that case, we don't, he's gone.
Right.
But if he is, to the extent that he does attempt to do business within the town of Southampton, he's issued a notice of violation. He'll have to come before this board, and at that time, we can take up this complaint.
Okay.
If I just want to add something. I think that I understand exactly what you're saying, Christine, and and I appreciate it. But I
There's a
think
but
that,
coming.
sorry?
There's a but coming.
There's always a but.
Yeah, the but
Okay.
is that, you know, I would agree with our chairperson, Tony, that I think that it's a good idea to refer and issue a cease and desist or a stop work order if they are still doing the work. But I think that given that the work was done while they have the license, I think it behooves us to review the complaint. And even if at the end of the day, we are not able to do anything, we cannot revoke the license, I think we still ought to review the license and we, you know, because
Well-
whatever
You're
we
not gonna
find,
get-
Yeah, but hold on. As Christine said, if he ever applies for a license again, then we could open it up.
right,
Because right
but
now, you're not
I-
gonna get this side of the story.
I understand, but the cease, he's gonna get the stop work order. The remedy for the stop work order is to get the license.
No.
It's not- it's not
Here's
gonna
what
be-
she has- Wait, Mac, here's what she has to say.
It's
Go
not a
ahead.
stop work order. A stop work order is different than a cease and desist order, although intuitively it seems like they would accomplish the same thing. But they're different mechanisms. So a cease and desist order is to stop his whatever he's doing. It's not a stop work order would go with the property. This is a cease and desist order to the company to stop any work anywhere, anytime. And once they come in, then you can question as to this, because right now, even if you conducted an interview or an investigation, you're not going to speak to him. You're only going to get a homeowner's side of this, which may ultimately end up being the right side, but we don't know. So you would not be able to get a fair adjudication of it, even if at the end you could do something, which you can't.
Okay, I agree with you. So do I need a motion on
So do
that?
I.
I have a motion from Anne Marie, second. I second it.
A
All in
motion
favor?
to,
To,
You can make a motion to refer it over to code enforcement for a cease and
Right.
desist letter.
and not to review it,
you what?
and not to review the complaint.
No.
That's
No,
part of the
we just-
motion or no? Or
We
just
have
to
a
refer?
motion, we have a second,
Just to refer,
we have a
Just
motion
to-
and a second.
yes, discussion,
Or,
discussion.
No discussion.
discuss. Go ahead, what do you want to discuss?
I just want to clarify that the motion is strictly to refer the matter to the building
To-
department.
To
Right,
code enforcement.
Code
Code
enforcement.
code enforcement for cease and it's it.
Okay, fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, so move. Okay, thank you. Guess the next order of business applications there. Maylin, you said there was 9 that had to be reviewed. Did we get them all reviewed?
Yes, I sent,
Annie,
Right.
were you able to look at batch 3?
couldn't
I
get in.
didn't know. I've been doing technical. Batch 3 was Ed's.
Yeah, I couldn't get in.
I looked at
I'm having all kinds
most,
of issues.
I looked, Maylin, did you get my note this morning?
Yes, I emailed you back.
Oh, you emailed me back? I didn't see the email back. But so I gave you all my comments. I reviewed most of the applications. Let me see if I can get into your,
These are, do you have the agenda in front of you, Mark?
no,
All right, batch 3 is 265 to 274. Do you,
Yes.
if you look at the agenda, did you review those?
yes, I reviewed those also.
And what did you come up with? Anything? I- Take the time now and look at any that you might have a concern with.
He
So
emailed me. You did
We-
email me about Baytech. Just look at your email, please.
Yeah.
272, is
Yes,
that the only one?
Well, he had a question in regards to that one in that batch. I did
And what was
answer it.
so
On
what,
on Baytech, hold on,
yes,
on Baytech. Right now I have 25 and batch 3. You have a question on Baytech? What's your question?
the question was that, well, he's renewing the license. I didn't see Maylene's answer. He was previously licensed, am I correct?
Yes,
Okay,
the license lapsed for like, I think it's 12 years. I would have to look at the
13 years.
application.
That's the letter, yeah.
So, the bottom of number 6 states that he had no business in the area during that period of time, which is why it lapsed. I did find some other stuff, although it is closed out, and it was just an FYI that you reviewed.
So there's nothing wrong with this.
Right,
No,
okay.
It's just an old renewal.
Yes, it's
It's
an old
not,
one.
it's a new application. We have nothing on him, so it has to be a brand new application. It's too old. I have nothing downstairs.
Oh, so you
Okay,
Nothing in
didn't,
that's why we're
archives.
looking at it anyway.
Right.
so you did not keep the same number.
He will not
Okay.
get the same number, no.
Okay, fine.
283.
Any other questions? We have 25 of them.
Okay, the only one I had was 254. There was this liability certificate issued, but there was like crazy typos on it. It was like town, OD, Southampton, and the wrong zip code off by a digit. So I just requested that, we can approve it pending receipt of an updated certificate if it's just, we know it's town of Southampton, but it's the wrong zip code and just typos on it. So that's the only one that I had besides. How do you feel about that, Tony? Do you think that's
And that
acceptable?
was- What number was that? 254?
254, yeah.
Okay. So what's your pleasure? We have 25. We want clarification on 254, but we can't
We just want
approve it.
a properly spelled out and proper address on the liability certificate.
Okay, we could approve it based upon getting that information.
Yes,
Okay, I have a motion to approve 25 of them.
24 or 25.
24 plus the
Oh,
one.
no, sorry, 25. My bad, sorry.
Right, 25, as long as we get the proof on 254. Is that,
Yes,
I get a motion?
of a motion to approve
Anne
25.
Marie, second,
Okay,
Second.
I'll second.
No,
Ed seconded, all in
One.
favor?
aye.
Aye,
Aye.
all opposed,
Aye.
so move. We have 30 renewals. I get a motion,
I'll make a motion to approve.
Anne Marie, second. I'll
Second.
second it.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
All opposed, so move. We have 2 new plumbing applications. Get a
Make a
motion,
motion to approve.
second,
Second,
all in favor?
aye.
Hi.
All opposed, so moved. We have 5 plumbing registration renewals. I get a motion,
I'll make a motion
I get a
to
second,
approve.
I'll second.
Mac, all in favor? Aye.
Okay.
All opposed, so move. Looks like we have no, what? No other.
No, there's 2 previous.
No.
Go to page
Excuse me?
2 of the agenda.
Excuse me? I didn't
Page
hear
2
you.
of page 2 of the agenda, there's 2 previous that need to be addressed. The bottom of page 2.
Complaints.
Maybe you
No,
have, maybe he has the older agenda.
no, it was on the old one. It's previously not approved, application 2100185, AMC Enterprises LLC, Peter Dackler.
That's the
Oh,
gentleman that's
yes.
probably in the chat.
Right, I'm sorry. Yep. Yep.
He sent proof of satisfaction.
He
He
did
did.
send a satisfaction.
Yeah, we received satisfaction, so I can make a motion to approve.
He is on if you want to speak to him.
Got a motion to approve it. Do we have a
Already?
second?
Well, you want, should we let him speak? He's
Excuse me?
here.
If you wish to.
He's here. He's on the chat room.
Right, he was here if you had any questions for him.
Right. If
No.
he's in, we
I
don't, if we
don't.
don't have any questions, we don't have to put him in. Do I have a motion? Do we have a second?
All right.
I have a second by Ed. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So move. We could just let them know that we don't need any information. Thank you.
All right, this second one, which was previously not
Lopez.
approved, was application 2100243, J Lopez Landscaping, Inc., Jose Lopez. So he
And
sent it, oh, sorry, go ahead, Annie.
No, it's good. He Tony, his application was held over because he had about 10 pages, well, there was 10 pages of judgments with the same name or a variation thereof. But most of them, or actually all of them, couldn't have pertained to him because he was born in 1982 and they were prior to him being 18.
Hmm.
So,
That's what's
So I-
wrong with having a common name.
yeah, but the birth date on his license is 1982, so some of these are back even from the 80s, so. He sent a letter, said that, notarized letter said that none of them were his. So I would make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion from Andy, second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So move. Okay. Looks like we have a short meeting today.
No,
Nope,
we have.
you are not done yet.
What's
We are
the
still
matter?
waiting. We are still waiting for a motion on Amy Ma versus L002351 Cinci Carpentry Corp. Fast Text Quality Carpentry Flavio Cinci. I do want to point out we are still waiting on the DBA that we have not yet received. That's not been amended,
Okay, that's his license.
right? So he's only licensed for Cinci Carpentry. He doesn't have the DBA.
We had this hearing last month, Tony, and we adjourned it for contemplation.
We
So-
adjourn for?
This was a house on West Neck Road where she hired him. There was a error on the contract that said $520 per day. They
Right,
neglected-
it was the money dispute, right?
It would, yeah.
Yeah.
But the other issue I had with it was where she told him to no longer come to the property, but he didn't secure the roof. So then there was issues, but he didn't go back because she said not to go to the property. So he's never had any complaints that I can see before, right, Malin? To confirm.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Yeah. So we have to make a decision on this.
I was under
Okay.
the impression that at the last meeting, the attorney was gonna contact the complainant to see whether there was a possible resolution.
I don't think there was a resolution with this. I haven't
thought there
heard
were-
anything and I don't even know that was, I don't recall it being posted.
I thought that's what my notes say, that they were gonna get, that I thought Christine wasn't that case? Well, the two of them were gonna speak.
Okay, but we have no information based from
Sorry?
that meeting, so we have to make a decision on the license.
Malin,
my-
you didn't get anything, right? Sorry, Tony.
No.
Yeah, I don't think.
My feelings are, his contract didn't state it, the way the homeowner took it, the way the contract reads. I think we either gonna move on his license, to either suspend it, right? Because it definitely was not clear to the homeowner.
No, do you recall that this was also a situation where his bookkeeper had been out on surgery?
I know, but that's
And-
not the
yeah.
homeowner, that's not the homeowner's fault.
Okay, just
Uh,
wanted to bring that
And,
up.
and if he couldn't work it out with his attorney or work it out with the homeowner, that doesn't involve us. We have to figure out, we have to do something about it now.
Okay,
So either we suspend or revoke.
well, I'm not gonna vote to revoke because it's his first time, but a suspension then, but we then have to clarify term limits. What are
Okay,
your thoughts on that?
so your recommendation is suspend?
Well, we don't have any other, there are violations here.
Right,
There is the mistake that was made, which is on the contract, but that's how she took it, and you just expressed the concerns on that. So I don't know does anyone have a suggestion for a term? Anybody else? have
I
input?
think, I think that it's true that I think the way Tony indicated that the contract was really not clear. However, I think it falls on both parties to make sure that the contract is clear, that there is an understanding. I think that immediately he submitted the invoice that was clearly indicated $520 per day.
That was within 2 weeks. He did submit, and that's when she discovered it.
She discovered it, and then at that
And-
point, they
yeah.
stopped immediately.
Yes.
They stopped immediately. So, and they couldn't work out an arrangement between the two of them. He'd made an effort to try to reduce the rate,
Mhm.
and then they could not come up with an agreement.
Right.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Because I think that there is a requirement for the contracts to have a certain format, which it did not follow.
Mhm.
There's also what's the other question is the fact that the work was done without permit, because they were claiming that these were like more maintenance and repairs, where in fact the scope of the work and the work that was done clearly required a permit. They were moving partitions and doing plumbing work. So
Well, what's your point, Mac? Do we have any suggestion on how long we want to suspend his license?
I think we do a suspension for 15 days or 30 days.
I would go longer than that. I mean, my recommendation would be to suspend for 60 to 90 days. 90 days, I think is,
That's a long
I,
time.
30 days is nothing.
Mhm.
I mean,
Um,
he had the opportunity to settle this thing. We're not going to handle the money. but
You
the
are right.
contract-
No,
The
no,
contract was written by him. No matter what, his secretary was sick or whatever, he should have redid it when he realized it was a mistake.
no, listen,
Secretary, I think just, ma'am,
He did-
I think the secretary wrote the contract in absence of the woman that normally writes it, or does he normally write it? There was,
Yeah, she wrote the contract, but if my secretary writes one, I have to live up to it if I don't review it.
yes.
And the homeowner was paying him according to that contract. And then there was also some issues with the building permit, right, Anne Marie?
Yes.
But he didn't, she told him not to come back, but then we were concerned about him not coming to clean up or cover the roof.
Right.
Right, but there was no permit either. I completely agree with Tony that I think this matter should have been settled, and I'm surprised that they did not settle it.
Yeah, I think 90
Well-
days is excessive for the first violation. First, suspension, we've never. So, I mean, this suspension has the impact.
To
I don't-
stop all the work.
That's, I mean, to put him out of business for 3 months is a long time.
Well, then it'll take action next time, but we don't have to go 90 days. It's up to the board. You want to go 60 or 30? It's up to you guys, but that's
I
my
would, I
recommendation.
make a motion to suspend it for 30 days.
We have a motion to suspend it for 30 days. Any discussion on that?
I think that's, I think it drives the point. I think it's, I would support that.
Okay, we have, you seconding it?
Yeah, I'm seconding it.
All in favor?
Ed?
Yeah. Aye.
Aye, okay.
Aye.
I'll agree, okay,
So all in favor, right?
Yes.
right? All in
Yes.
favor.
Yeah, hi.
to Suspend his license as of today for 30 days, right?
Yeah. So you're gonna notify the building department, Maylene?
Yes,
And any permits will have a stop work order.
And
Yes.
probably if he has any jobs going right now, they should put a stop work on him. Okay,
Okay.
Thanks.
okay. No other business before us? None? Okay. You know, if you want to get reappointed, you have to send a letter in.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a
I
Happy
will
New
do-
Year
I'll
and
do that.
Happy
Merry
Holiday.
Christmas.
Happy,
Merry
happy
Christmas.
one, yeah.
Happy
Year.
holidays.
First, I need a motion to adjourn. Then I'm
Yes,
gonna say Merry
okay.
Christmas.
Motion.
Okay.
Motion, second, all in
Yeah.
favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Everybody have a great Christmas.